Hey guys, Riz BTC. About to do a little one-on-one challenge, Fisherman's Fishing Planet.
Welcome to the Fisherman's Planet. We have 19 different locations, 143 different species, and tons of options on how to fish. Let's take a look at our inventory. We have our rods, our reels. We can go to our shop. Look at all this equipment that we can buy. All the rods.
So much equipment.
Wow. Look at all this good stuff.
Mud River, Missouri, me versus the Riz, 10 casts.
Stop and go. Whoa, man, look at this technique.
Ooh, see that? Got him.
Oh, he's on.
It's a big one. Big one! Giant! Oh, maybe not. What do we got? Trout?
What do you got?
Trout?
Catfish? Pickerel? Pike? Grass pickerel.
Toothy critter.
Aha. 10 cast challenge.
You're up. Best out of 10.
Cast. Woohoo! I'm gonna go with the stop and go approach.
Playing my moves.
Fishing a little bit slower here. Trying to maybe encourage a bit. Oh, he's on! Get in there! I'm in! Yes, I'm in! Number one bass, yes!
Ooh.
Come on, get in here!
Come on, snap them off.
No way. Look at the size of this thing. I got him snagged, hooked in the back.
Oh,
that's a largemouth. Oh. It's a big old largemouth.
It's a short,
Kinda.
11.49. Got to throw it back.
I'm gonna release him. Toss him back.
I'm going to jump in Rich's grave here. I see that spot. Oh, no.
Snag season.
That's a snag.
Snagged all day.
Got him.
Oh, man.
It's a big one.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he came off. Came off just like real life.
Okay. Hold on. Let me give a subliminal message to the guys in the producing area there. Zoom in on that subliminal message. That is an arrow. And it points to
Does it point to me?
Becky.
Of course it does.
All roads lead to Becky.
My name's Gamora.
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 Welcome back to Ike Live. Thanks for hanging in there with us. We had a little technical difficulty.
But you get to look at us again.
Right. And we did that on purpose to memorialize our 100th show because we had problems on the first one. I think it was a YouTube problem, but we're back.
So is this the 101st show?
This is the 100th show
This is
on the button.
100.2.
100.2.
It's 100.2.
The remix.
The reboot.
It's the remix. Let me remind everybody, if you're watching on Facebook, you can't be watching on YouTube anymore because it messed us up from the beginning and we're firing them permanently.
But you couldn't find us there anyways.
If you're watching on Facebook, there's one segment left. Like and share this feed, and you will be entered in a contest to win an amazing Ike Live gift bag. Let me remind you, we got the Tackle Warehouse guys, Corey and Daniel, in the studio with us tonight. They're sitting over on the fireside couch over there.
Demasked.
Yes, demasked, finally.
handsome.
I think
Round
I put
three.
the first stain on this couch.
Yeah.
And we also had...
it's disturbing.
we
What
also
do you mean by that?
I don't think that's true.
You
by
don't
the
want to know. My beer exploded over here.
And of course, we also had Pete. We just had AI and Paul
AI
on Skype to talk about the National Professional League.
and BLT.
Yes, and BLT.
The answer.
Oh, yeah, so we're supposed to get Z on tonight. Hey, but like I was telling you, Mike, a minute ago.
Yeah.
Interrupting you. We were about to go somewhere.
No, go ahead.
Oh, so we have some statistics.
Statistics. Okay. We
are
have
the
statistical
we're
data.
the #1 web show.
We do. All right, we have statistical
And
data
I could even find
from
'em.
Tackle Warehouse. What are we talking about? This is Tackle Warehouse numbers.
We have some TW numbers on
Oh.
Mike Iaconelli's first ever Tackle Warehouse order.
What year is this?
Well, probably not the first ever. The first
Documented.
documented.
The
Documented.
first time he actually like got himself around to having an account.
Oh, okay.
2011.
2011. It definitely
Yeah,
wasn't my
not
first
his
Tackle
first.
Warehouse
Back
order.
in 03, 04.
No. When
Yeah.
did you start accounts?
03, when we went live, we already had accounts. So you weren't able to log into your accounts until about probably 2011.
Yeah.
But the accounts were always there. You guys just couldn't log into them.
Ah.
Okay.
How many Tackle Warehouse orders has Mike Iaconelli placed since 2011?
Okay. Is this a trivia
This
question?
is a trivia
All right.
question.
Wait, can I
How
rat you
many?
out for a second?
What do you want to wrap me out for?
You weren't sponsored by Tackle Warehouse back then.
No. I know.
So it just shows you.
I love Tackle Warehouse.
He wasn't
I
the only. He
Always
still
will.
isn't.
Everybody
You were
orders on
Dick's.
Tackle Warehouse.
You were Dick's Sporting Goods back then.
Yes.
Was I Dick's Sporting Goods? Well, there you have it. I mean, it's honestly, it's, you know, when you need something, Pete, you know, you need it. You need the right stuff. You need the good stuff, and you need it quick.
You got
No,
any guesses
there's
up
no
there?
better way to get it.
TW?
you know?
All right. So what was the question?
How many
TW orders have you placed since 2011?
How many
Since
orders?
June 28th.
All right. 11,
2011.
12,
Okay.
13,
How many
14,
orders?
So that's
15,
8 years.
16,
That's 8
17,
years.
18,
That's
19.
that's 15
That's
orders a
9
year.
years. That's 9 years.
9 years. 15 orders a year. Is that what you're
Okay,
saying?
I'm saying 15.
Okay.
I'm saying that's 90, 130. I'm gonna round up. 148 is my guess.
148 is Pete's guess. Miss Becky?
78.
78.
Half.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the
because
one she
he
knows
orders
about.
so much in one order.
My orders are big. My orders tend to be large. I
That's
don't.
not what she said.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily order just in a tournament. Sometimes I'll order just one thing. But let me tell you the way. Let me tell you. Let me explain to you my system.
These
Okay?
are the orders that Becky knows about.
All right. Let me explain to everybody my system.
No,
And
I still know about all of them.
I want Corey and Daniel to know this as well, so I can explain myself.
This is juicy
when you look
stuff
at
right
these
here.
numbers. The way that I like to order from Tackle Warehouse is I like to look at the schedule. I like to look at my season, right? And I'll usually try to break it. Let's say I'm fishing 16 events. I usually try to break it into ordering for, say, 4 events at a time, right? So I'm going to look at the schedule. I'm going to look at this brand new MLF schedule that's coming out tomorrow that I know that I can't tell anybody. And I'm going to say, you know, here are these 4 locations.
Did you just say what?
Then I'm going to, here are
We're
these
gonna
4
keep
locations. And so when I pulled up, I'm going category by category, right? And you guys have a nice breakdown of how you have your categories set up. You have soft baits, hard baits, terminal tackle, you know, and I go through each one and I say, okay, what am I going to need at Lake X? What am I going to need at Lake A? And I make really big orders, you know, and then that way when I have it, you know, I'll bring it in, and a lot of times I'll actually separate it by lake. And it makes it so easy when I'm traveling, because here's the reality of it. You've heard me say this on the show before. When the truck and boat leave New Jersey in January or February, it doesn't make it back till June or July sometimes will be the first time the rig makes it back. So by doing it that way, by placing these larger orders, I've got everything ready. It's sort of in its spot. I can grab and go, you know. And the other thing is I order multiple, especially when you're talking about hard baits, soft baits, all that. I never order one pack. I will always, if you look at my quantity numbers, and I can tell you, I'm big on 4s and 6s. 4s and 6s. You'll look, and it's almost every one. So
It's always an even.
it, you know, let's say it's a Japanese jerk bait. Let's say it's a crankbait that I can't get through Rapala. I'm going to order 4 or 6 of that plug and that jerk bait because, Pete, you know how it is.
You lose
You
them.
never want to have one of something, you know?
So
Soft
you
plastic.
never order odd numbers?
Never order odd numbers.
That's funny because when I'm watching TV,
Yeah.
I always make sure the volume's on an even number.
Yeah.
Can't be 29, it's
No.
got to be 30.
I'm big on even
Go ahead,
numbers.
give me that remote.
Yeah.
I got to fix that.
I'm big
All
on
right.
even numbers.
All
All
right.
right,
Well, see,
so-
I didn't know this
All right.
going into this.
All right. So
game.
what are we guessing here?
Well, you don't win, but Rich, how we doing on that IM?
I have somebody that's been the closest. I have somebody that's been the closest to the number. Are we gonna cap it right
Yeah,
here?
give it away.
All right, let's give it away. Give it away. Give it away.
How
give
many
it-
orders do you think you've had?
Yeah, let's hear it, Mike.
Since 2011?
Yeah.
What did you say?
70 some.
Yeah, like
What did you say?
78 or something.
148.
I'm going to say 89.
Okay, you are way off. The answer
Hold on,
is
let's get it from Corey over there at Tackle Warehouse. Get that mic
Put
on,
your-
on your lip.
Lip.
196.
God.
and
Wow, we suck.
Holy
We
hell.
have no idea how
for
much
$1
we're
billion.
ordering.
Jeez.
the winner is South Jersey Bowie. He guessed 207.
Wow.
Wow.
South Jersey Bowie.
Wait a minute, he's over.
Wait,
Yeah, but he's the closest.
The closest.
wait. Do we have a dollar amount for this?
I don't want to hear it.
No, you don't
Don't
want to
do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, you know.
I don't want to know it.
So all that crap that you were just telling us about ordering up front is
It's bullshit.
No, I do. That's how I order.
I know, but then you got to be like you're on site.
Well,
and
the-
you're like you need a pink spinner bait.
Well, that's
and you gotta
that's
order
the
that.
thing. The smaller
Yeah.
orders are the ones that Becky phones in for me a lot. That are the emergency, and it's like one or two things, not.
No, there was one major emergency. What was it that you needed? It was dire, and you told me too late because I know my cutoff time with
Yeah.
Tackle Warehouse.
Yeah.
And I called, and they literally held like the UPS truck.
Yeah.
By
Or
gunpoint.
no, ran it to the airport. Are you guys near the airport?
Yeah, we drove to the airport. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my god! Wow.
I wish I could remember
Corey
what it
actually
was.
flew the plane too.
Wow! How about that? Corey
Yeah,
flew
I
my
remember
order to
that
me.
being very stressful.
I don't
well,
remember.
I don't get that kind of personal treatment, Corey. But
For you, Pete,
Let me-
call me next time.
all right, I'll call you next time. The if a guy wants to overnight stuff from Tackle Warehouse, needs it for the next day, what's the drop dead time that he needs to place that order?
I don't want to say it wrong, so I actually want to double check. I believe it's now noon.
Noon.
Noon
Oh,
West Coast time.
West Coast time, yeah.
So that's 3 o'clock our East time.
But I
It
always
used
do
to be
noon.
3 o'clock our time, but that was just
Too much.
too much.
Yeah.
I
You
always,
gotta get
I
it in
just,
by noon.
I just
Okay.
always do noon East Coast because then I know it'll
got
it'll
it.
happen.
Now here's a neat stat that we don't have to attach anybody's name to and throw anybody under the bus. Do you guys have any idea what the highest?
12:30 p.m.
Do
12:30
you have
p.m.
any idea what the highest dollar amount has been for a single order on Tackle Warehouse? Has there ever been
Come on, that's
a
interesting.
$10,000 order?
Oh yeah, for sure.
There has.
Yeah,
Wow.
definitely a couple. Black Friday. So guys will
What the
load
hell?
up gift cards and that kind of stuff for a whole year, and Black Friday and get power poles. Like guys will get a trolling motor, 2 power poles, and tackle for the year, and they will like stop on Black Friday. They'll get the whole year stuff. So
Well, think about it. You can buy all electronics and stuff there too. That can add up really fast.
Yeah.
we
big
had
ticket
to,
items.
we've had to rewrite our parameters in the system multiple times because they're placing too big of orders, and the not dollars but quantity of products
Yeah.
would crash our system
I
as soon as
me-
we process the order.
Well, I can tell you, I remember at a time when I went over like 100 items, it would zero back out, and
Yeah.
it would piss me off so bad because I spent hours, dude, hours,
And you can't
hours.
leave stuff in the cart for more than like 24 hours.
That's
or
still
something,
true.
And
That is still
It's a little
true.
longer now, but it's because guys will use that. They'll build their orders in the cart and keep building and building and building. That's the whole time. That's pulling on the server the whole time. So when everyone's doing that,
Right.
and
I love
it's
doing
not
that.
a problem for it's not a problem for other, companies. It seems like, but for us, our customers are more into that, and they do that a lot.
I do
but
it
you
all the
can't.
time.
But you can
That's
use a
my-
wish
that's
list.
my winter hobby. Is
Just make
to
a wish list.
Put fantasy
Yeah.
orders together
Yeah.
and then chicken out at the last minute.
You can do
I
the
better
same
sleep
thing.
on this one.
always shopping, never buying.
Well, you can for you when you're making orders per a tournament, you can make a tournament wish list for each tournament, and then when it comes time to pull the trigger, just add the cart and
That's what you
Check
do.
out.
Wish
Wow.
list.
I didn't know you could do that.
You do
Wish
that
I actually
through
learned.
through your account. You have to have an account. You have to
Yeah.
log in, but yeah, you can. Do
I
it.
learned something tonight. I didn't know you could do that.
All right, I got to buy 2 sonar units, a trolling motor, and I want to get
Senkos.
all I
Black
need to-
Senkos.
Black
I need
Senkos.
I need 10,000 Senk. When do I buy? What's the day to buy that
Black
giant
Senkos.
order from
Tonight.
Tackle Warehouse?
Right now.
Black Friday for sure. Definitely, it's
Black Friday.
20% off. It's going to be. I can get you the dates here in a sec, but Black Friday is hands down the best chance to buy because 20% off site wide.
Wow. There you have it, folks.
You know, you
Little
can also
tips.
buy your
little tidbits.
Ike apparel on
You
Tackle
can.
Warehouse.
You can. You can officially get almost not all
They're
yet.
gonna. You guys are gonna start carrying the sweatshirts too, right?
wink,
Working
wink.
on it. Yeah.
Come on.
If it was up to me, yes.
So Mike was cranking at a pace of 21.7 orders per year.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
ungodly.
That's ridiculous.
How
Are
about
you
the
sure that's
Riz?
not like the back orders too? Like, does it break them
That's
into
no, that
multiple
gets
orders?
more. That's just orders.
That's just
Invoices,
straight orders.
Invoices are separate. That's probably 300.
Yeah.
We have
You have the
statistics.
back orders. You ship them to the wrong location, and then
Well,
Wow.
yeah, we got
We do that a little
We
bit.
have boxes all over the country.
Yeah. Riz?
We have some dirt on the Riz. And
Riz? You have a habit as well?
Oh, what do we have on the Riz?
What was the year to date?
I lost my system crash. So you guys got the numbers.
It
still.
was
I
it was
can pull it back
50.
up.
It was
Yeah.
53.
There goes that trivia question.
Well, I can pull it back up. You don't have it.
You had
Well, it wa-
53 orders, what, in 1 year?
No, 53 since
It's 2016.
I don't know. I really haven't been at it that long. So was it 16?
Well, all I know is Dave was
Wow.
talking the biggest smack, and you beat him hands down. He's been a customer since 03. So
Who's this?
Broads.
Brosnick, Stormtrooper.
Trooper.
So Rich,
Fatty.
Rich, 53 orders since 2016 at a pace of 17.6 orders per year.
Wow.
Which is the next
Wow.
trivia question. That
Wow.
Well, he
Rich
asked
got that
me.
one right.
Wow. Good job. You won.
Well,
Wow.
we could ask for Dave's then. How about that?
You know what?
Yeah.
I don't feel bad about the amount of anthropology purchases I make now.
Oh, this backfired.
Yeah, but they're bigger
is-
ticket items. They're not
Backfire.
$4 and
I
$6
shop.
lures.
I shop the sale.
Is there anything in anthropology that's $6?
Yeah, there's glassware.
No, there's nothing that's $6.
Yes,
If
but
you
you
wanna
buy
use
like
tobacco.
how many items are in his order? Look, he maxed out the system with 100, and it
100.
was 0.
It used to 0.
I order a couple things.
Did you find the? Did you say you found the number one bait?
What?
It wasn't.
Number
We'll
one.
have to guess that later. Yeah.
Hey guys,
So that
just
could be another
a
one.
just
You
a
looked
quick
it up.
reminder. Anybody who likes and shares the Facebook stream, we're gonna throw your name in the hat to win a sweet Ike Live gift bag. So
Yes.
we appreciate you liking and sharing. Awesome numbers tonight on the Facebook. Keep it up, guys. You're the best.
Loaded
Yeah.
with stuff.
Yeah.
Loaded.
Hey, Pete, have you guys figured out what you're going to do for the Bass University this year with your images? You know how you guys always do like Elf on the Shelf and stuff? Did you guys
Oh.
figure out what you're doing?
Our holiday
Holiday-
special. Yeah.
Your holiday cards and
Becky,
stuff?
you were the brainchild behind Elf on the Shelf.
I love that.
I love that.
Yeah. That was good.
It is so
We
fun
need
to
to-
send it to other anglers that are totally into having fun and being goofy.
Yeah.
We
Well,
get the best pictures.
I want some ideas from you because you come up with great ones. But I do want to say that our early bird discount, early 25 on thebassuniversity.com is in effect. We've got our 3 classes open right now.
Wow.
We're going to be in Kokomo, Indiana, Gadsden, Alabama, January 18th and 19th, and Albert Lee, Minnesota.
Wow, Minnesota.
Minnesota.
In March, after
Minnesota.
the ice is
Wow.
going
That's
to be
exciting.
like this thin in Minnesota still.
Wow.
So come by and see us. And we also have, it's still Boomtober going on, where anybody that subscribes annually to Bass University TV will get a $50 gift pack featuring Boom Boom's swim bait from Optimum Swim Baits,
Wow.
including a Flambeau tackle box and a Bass University hat.
Wow.
And all that good stuff. So
That's pretty exciting.
check it out at Bass
There
Oh,
you have it.
and I think we confirmed today that we have a booth at the Classic.
We have a booth at the Classic for Bass University. Awesome.
Do
There
we
you
have the
it.
entire lower floor?
We
of
have the
Classic
entire
show?
floor of the Bassmaster Classic in Guttersville. Speaking of Bassmaster Classic, no 100th show, Pete, would be complete without this man joining us, and he is a man. He's a man-child,
He's a man.
like I am.
What's on his face?
I don't know yet. We're going to ask him. A good friend of the show, good friend of mine. has been on Ike Live. Brian, I want to say Z has been on this show right up there with the maximum amount. Probably 6, 7, 8 times, 9. I don't know.
The maximum.
The maximum amount. He's been on there a lot with any other guest we've had. So excited to have him on this celebration of 100 shows. The one and only Mark Zona, Z Train, on Ike Live tonight. Z.
I have to say it, Mike, in all honesty, it is an honor. We're working on our technical production difficulties here in the living room right now. But you know what? I was inspired. I went up to MSU where the boys, go to college, and decided when I left there, when I got a text from Brian the Carpenter to be on this, there it is, on this joyous occasion, I will give any one of you, I'll donate $500 to the Ike Foundation if any one of you can guess who I am for my Halloween costume.
Oh,
It puts the lotion on the skin.
Who got that? How did you know
Yeah,
that?
Corey!
Yeah!
I'm Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs.
Yes.
Yeah!
Wow.
Who got that?
That was amazing.
Corey got it.
That was amazing.
Astounding.
Wow. Corey, you just made the Ike Foundation $500. Thank you for doing that.
I will tell you, I did not think anybody would get that. I went a little bit high on my donation, Corey. Well done.
All right, Z, first things first, what have you been up to? I'm going to say this, and I'm serious. I know less than 6 people that are busier than I am, and you're one of them. Every time I look at your social media feed, you are in a different place. Your head must be spinning. What have you been up to?
Hey man, you know what? It is. It's been a year. You know what I mean, boy? Well, we can do a deeper dive into that whole thing in a little bit.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Same thing, Mike. The same thing that was 5 years ago. The same thing that was 15 years ago when I started at. Actually, Tommy told me I started at Bass like 16 or 17 years ago, and you know what? To be this busy, and do what? Gosh, man, I remember fishing against you at Thousand Islands. I remember staring at you. You were standing next to Chuck Economou and no joke, Chuck Economou and Takahiro Mori, and I was standing next to JT Kenny, and to look back at that and to be this busy now, it's a dream, dude. Every now and then you got to take a step back and be like, wow, this whole thing kind of snowballed, and I'm not gonna lie, I'd like it to slow down in the next year or two.
I got a question for both you guys. Mark, is it true Takahiro actually spoke better English back then?
That's brutal. That's brutal.
I think that might be true. And I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, Z, and I do want to reiterate that, which is, I get a lot of comments too. People say, you're crazy busy. You're everywhere. Is this, does this feel like work? And I think what I'm hearing you saying, what I really feel is, there are days that feel like work. There's days when your head's spinning. There's days, we have bad days. Everybody has bad days. But dude, we're getting to do something that we love every day. Every day. We're getting to make a living in this sport of fishing. It's incredible. It's unbelievable.
Hands down. And I know you have a lot of younger viewers that tune into Ike Live and tune into Bass University. And I remember back to those days of sitting in a high school basketball. We were in a basketball, their gym room in Clayton, New York, and you're thinking, damn it, man, damn it. If I can make it in this fishing industry, I don't need a family, I don't need children, I don't need pets. If I can figure out how to pay my, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And then all of a sudden, life, general life takes its course.
Yeah.
And you're like, all right, I got me handled. Now, damn it, if I can just pay a few bills doing this. It's been a heck of a ride. It's been and I'll tell you something. I've thought about it probably more the last 12 months than I have the last 20 years. Don't ever take it for granted. Don't ever take it for granted, and make every day in this industry count. And you guys have definitely done. I got to talk to you about that. I got to talk to you about the new set.
Yes.
Real quick.
Okay.
Earlier today, we did a BC, Brian the Carpenter and I did a test run with the new set. And I'm not going to lie, like my fishing industry career, I'm very resistant to change. I will tell you, now that I've bunkered in and I'm staring at everything, it really works. It's very homey. Yeah. The earth tones work. Pete, you pop off the set right now.
Yeah. My dad pops over here tonight.
Love you, man.
Yes.
Papa Pete pops. By the way, how's our dear doing? Z?
He's right at home. We named him. His name's Laron. We put him on the wall when we bought him. I think we paid it in. I've killed bigger deer for a lot less money throughout my lifetime. But Laron, after I was in studio with you guys and Brian had slightly overserved me, I felt more of an attachment. And this is nothing. Becky, don't take offense to this. I felt more of an attachment to Laron, that he was looking after me than anybody on the set. So I donated.
So
and
you're
and
including me in that, or I was probably putting kids.
A little bit. I felt like somebody might have gone out of their way, slightly like Alan from The Hangover, and everything got foggy that one time. But true story, Laron, he is now surrounded by a lot of mature, majestic, intimidating bucks, and he's right at home.
I love it. I'm glad. You know when you finally can part with something, you have an attachment to something and you part with it, but it's going to a better place. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I like the fact that you brushed over the fact that the buckheads are more mature,
right,
than you guys.
Well, that's true. I didn't deny that at all. It's definitely more mature. But I know he's in a better place.
Mike, this is a true story. We have, I've sent you a video. I've sent all of you a video. Yeah. There are some damn majestic animals in my barn, right?
There's some big, yeah.
That deer of yours that you sent gets a hell of a lot more attention.
That's awesome. Well,
where did you ever get that?
I have no idea. Did we get it from? I don't know. It was donated. Brian,
I don't know. Now we have another weird one. Okay. The next time Z comes to the studio, he's probably gonna take this one too.
Yeah, we did get a new one, Z. So when you get to the new studio, you'll have to see it. It's awesome.
It's a South Jersey 11 pointer.
Yeah.
My goal is to buy that one within the next year.
Very small. All right, now Z, how's filming going for the TV stuff? You working on a new season? Or you wrapped up? How's all that going?
It's kind of spot on. The usual. And Mike, you know this. Whenever you get a little bit ahead, you buy time to getting a lot behind.
Yeah,
and that's how any taping always works, whether it's covering the Bassmaster or doing the most originally titled show, Zona Live, in the history of, right? and doing just regular Zona shows, you get a little bit ahead, and then you get bit by weather or whatever it is. Next week, I'm not going to lie, I found a school on Lake Erie that we're going to do a Zona Live on .com, on Bassmaster.com, that, man, if it holds, it'll be the best one we've ever done. But it's Lake Erie, and I know this one we can really for 4 hours of doing live, our ass can get burned.
Yeah, it's
No
Lake
doubt.
Erie, and there's smallmouth, and it's the fall.
And it's November.
Mike, they've sucked me in though. I saw the potential.
I know.
I see images of the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Here's what I can tell you, and Mike knows this. You guys know, Wes Miller, that has been a cameraman. He is one of the best ever. I promise you, by midweek next week, like any shoot, I will get him so pissed off at me going out into Lake Erie, but there's no way we can't go. It can be that good. But I have a vibe that there's a potential train wreck coming.
All right, now I'm going to be watching it. Now you've built me up to want to watch this thing from start to finish.
I hope the wind blows and you guys go.
And you catch.
That would be amazing.
I want to see the wind blow. I want to see you go, and I want to see you catch them.
Yeah.
I want to see those three things happen.
Hey, Pete, don't you ever threaten me with a good time. I will take this truck into the ditch. For you, my friend.
All right, Z,
Yes.
we've already got some IMs coming in for you. What do we got, Riz?
Fat Grant on the message board, Mark, wants to know if you're recording from the Cook County Jail for your time.
I will not confirm or deny that I have been to that establishment once in my lifetime. Twice at St. Joe County in Michigan. But no, tonight I'm not. We're actually sadly, we're in the same exact spot. My wife is disabled right now. She had foot surgery yesterday. So this is a makeshift set we're on, guys. We're on new ground.
Oh, I thought that might be why you're wearing her clothes.
I'm not going to lie. We put it on 2 hours ago, and I'm getting used to it. There's a part of me that wants to be around Tommy Sanders right now and just stare at him.
Oh, no.
And the Wawa Hoagie lady said, tell Zona that Cam Newton called and he wants his scarf back.
I did, but listen, look right here. I gave it to you 7 years ago.
Wow.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
I love it.
And by the way, it's not a scarf. This is a sash.
right.
Big
right.
difference. There's a big difference. Get them right.
I have a quick question for Mark. Will the when you guys come to Philly, will the Bears coach be wearing the same lipstick that you're wearing right now?
Here it comes.
You are a real treat. You are a real treat. You know what? The thing is, you're able to kick me when we're down right now, and it is easy to kick. The thing, Karen and I, when the boys went off to school, we went to the first couple games, and I looked at her. I said, "Whoa! Cut the cord here. I don't want to watch these games anymore."
Better to just go fishing.
All right, so let me switch gears, Z. It is Ike Live. You know, we got to throw a little bit of controversy at you here tonight. I want to get your honest opinion. A lot has changed, obviously, in the last year. You hear chatter both ways, and it seems like we've talked about this almost every Ike Live show, right? In the last 12 months.
What?
MLF, BASS.
Yes. Every show.
How was it? Because I'll be honest with you. I watched this year. I wasn't competing. So I watched more bass live this year than I ever watched when I was fishing bass because I wasn't competing. So I've got my perspective, but I want to hear it from you. How was the bass season? How did it go? How did everything lay out since the big Major League Fishing defect of guys? How did everything go?
And number one, I want to throw that back to you. You said you have an opinion on it.
I do.
And Mike, here's the thing. And you pull the curtain back. You and I talk. We talk. You're an Italian dude that has a series of highs and lows.
That's true.
The other side is I am too. Here's the weird thing: is a year ago, this was the obviously the most the biggest transition, whatever you want to call it. You can call it a catastrophic transition. You want to call it a mass exodus, whatever it is. I did a deal with Mark Jeffries, and that was one of the only ones I did early last year about staying at Bass.
Yeah.
I love the crew I work with. I feel like that's what I grew up with. You know, that is my Sunday and Monday football. And the other side is, I wanted to start there and I wanted to retire there. That's me.
Yeah.
Now, a year ago, you also say to yourself, wow, what the hell's going to happen? What the hell is going to happen?
Yeah.
And that's on all fronts. That's on every single front. And then you also, you know, when guys leave, you think to yourself, holy shit, man. It is the varsity bus leaving, and you know, I've heard every single, you know, different example of that. But in the end, I work at Bassmaster, and 20 years sitting in that basketball gym in Clayton, New York. If somebody would have said, I worked in the Bassmaster studio to me, that you're going to be able to do that, I would never gamble or leave that. And that's so fast forward to right now. And I don't want this to sound the wrong way. This is not a bullshit propaganda, a sales pitch. I covered incredible seasons for the past almost 2 decades that were indescribable. Aaron Martin seasons, Van Dam seasons, your seasons, Skeet Reese that would have years. This was my favorite season I had ever covered because I know this is going to sound strange. It was like a blank slate at the beginning of the year. And it kind of it built its own momentum, and I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it. So that, I guess, in Cliff Notes, and I do not want that to sound the wrong way, because every year that I've covered the Elite Series and the Bassmasters has been special in its own way.
Yeah.
But, you know, I said this to BC. I said this to Carpenter today. I said this to Boyd Duckett 30 days ago. What happened a year ago, absolutely, positively, undeniably, in my mind, needed to happen.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's awesome to hear, because I agree with that comment for sure. And I'll jump back and tell you, from my perspective, I had a lot of those same questions that you heard, Z. I'd hear people say, you know, what are they going to do? You know, all the names left. It's, you know, it's not. This is going to be terrible. This is not going to be exciting. And I can tell you, as a fan of the sport of professional fishing, you take away all the names, take away the name Bass and MLF and FLW, take all that away. As a fan of the sport of professional fishing, I loved watching it this year, and I thought it was awesome. I loved the drama, the excitement, and just because they weren't names that we didn't know the names, those same feelings, emotions came through loud and clear, and I thought you guys did a wonderful job covering it. So hats off to you, Z. You had a great year.
Amazing job.
Very good job.
And I'll tell you that the group I work with is, to me, they're the Patriots. They're the dudes that know how to do this stuff. And I'll tell you, Mike, and I know this sounds weird, but I've thought about this a lot the last 12 months, whether it's Going Ike, whether it's Zona's fishing show, Bassmaster, MLF, FLW, all of this. The most important thing in the entire ball game, if you turn around behind your head, behind your right shoulder, the number one star of the game, and will always be that bass.
Yeah.
That bass
Yeah.
is the. If I ever walk onto a Zona show and I'm like, hey, you're here, bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
The end of the day, the end of my little 30-minute show, the end of a tournament, a 4-day, a 6-day, a 7-day live, man, here's what the star is.
Yeah.
The star's the bass.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
And sometimes we all, in a weird way, you lose perspective of that. But I've really thought about that this year, and I more now than ever. At least when I tape a show, I know what's most important.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd agree with that. All right, now here's part 2 of my difficult questions. We definitely we got a feeling for how you thought the year at Bass went. Looking at it from the other side, how do you think year 1 at Major League Fishing went? And if you want to go as far as to give it a grade, A through F, I think that'd be great as well.
You know what? Not you, Pete. Mike, you are such a treat. Here's to me. I'll give you my complete breakdown. Is everybody wants to compare? Okay, right now, this or that, or I love Bassmaster, or I love MLF, and that's not fair. And here's why I say that. It's not fair because it's two different. Mike, you've competed in it.
Yeah.
It's two different games.
Yeah.
Totally different games.
They are. So
don't, number one, and I caught myself doing that, don't compare it. I think, from the day it started, basically, not just last year, 7 years ago, Mike, I watch more of this stuff than any human being on earth. I study tapes of fishing shows. In all honesty, after watching it, they just need to be them. Be them. Own it. Be them. Don't worry about anything else. Be them, and they'll be just fine.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's the letter grade?
It is a solid B. Plot B. Mike, what was your grade in there? Don't get careful, you'll get fined.
That's why I can't comment on that right now.
I know you still didn't pay my last fine, Zona.
I got a feeling there's more coming.
Always are.
Well, after the interview we had tonight, I might quit that next tour and move on to the National Professional Fishing League starting next year.
Oh, you are so high and low. You are so high and low.
All right, so I do have one other thing too, and I think Becky and Pete have something for you as well. So I saw, I watch your escapades as you're filming with different people. And earlier in the year when you were filming for your show, I saw that, they were mainly bass guys. And I'm like, I get it. There's a certain, there's an obligation there for you to fish with bass guys. And I honestly felt sad about it for me, because I'm like, man, I'd eventually like to do a show with Z again.
You want to fall off his boat again?
I want to fall off your boat again.
Let's talk about that.
And actually, we revisited the site of that crime today with Corey and Daniel from Tackle Warehouse.
Yes.
We were at that dock. But anyway, moving forward. So then later in the year, as you're taping, then I started to see you with some MLF guys. I see you fishing with Brandon and another guy, and I'm like, damn, so you're saying there's a chance I can fish with Z again?
Their schedules are a little bit looser than yours, Mike.
That's true. That's true.
What the one thing to me is, and I mean this, I never, Zona Show is what Zona Show is. It is, whether I go out with my best friends or I go out with my kids, it's dudes selfishly that I want to go fishing with.
Yeah.
And a lot of the guys have been reoccurring guests, and here's what I never wanted. And number one, Zona Show, I don't want any political BS in that, man. I just don't want any of that involved in that show, because it's never had that, and it's never gonna have that.
Yeah.
And you know, here's the challenge of that is those guys schedule my schedule now. That's the biggest challenge.
Right.
And Mike, you know how this is. When you want a guest on the show, it'll get down to the last 24 hours, and you're like, shit, I just need somebody. I just need somebody on the show.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is whether, you know, this year, you know, outside of the guys from Bass, I taped with Mark Daniels and Ott just last week and Polinick. I will not cross. Look, man, I don't cross those lines outside of my show. And I mean this.
Yeah.
I mean what I'm going to tell you. Any of my buddies that left Bass, I said this to Jeffries last year, it is never my right to judge anybody's decision on their career. That is so lame.
Yeah.
And I would hope they would never do. I would hope they would never do the same with me. I truly mean this. The dudes that I will still tape shows with, and Mike, you and I are still going to do stuff together. I wish them the ultimate success. I said that to Boyd 35 days ago. I said, Bud, I believe this needed to happen, and I truly wish the guys that have made a career transition, I truly wish them success. I truly do. Because I can tell you that I'm not in the this versus that.
Yeah.
It's two different ball games.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you right now, I would love to film again with you, whether it's your show, my show, another show. I would love to film with you again. I've had more comments since we filmed that show about those 2 days of fishing than any other content I've ever shot in my life, especially the part where you put that banana peel on the back deck and pushed me off.
Mike, straight up. For everybody that's watching this is no joke. When you fell in, you got in the boat and you were so pissed off. You were so pissed off. Broken rods. I lost a microphone. And Mike, you know I'm tight. I don't like losing a $300 microphone. You ripped the mic. And none of this made the show. And you're like, dude, I am so sorry. And I hugged you and said, we just got solid gold. It is time to go. True.
You did. True. You did. You knew that was going to be talked about for a long, long time.
We caught a lot of 3 to 6 pounders in that show, but none of them held up to that disaster.
That's awesome. What a day. What a day.
I remember hearing you scream across the bay.
You did? You heard me? I screamed. I'm sure I did.
Did you hear him today?
Did you hear me today? I screamed today, too.
I did hear that.
You did.
Why was he screaming today?
I was 300 miles away, and I could hear that today.
Yeah.
Which time?
Oh no! Were they angry screams?
Just once.
There was both. There was happy and angry screams. Z, real quick, and you don't have to answer this if you don't want, but you mentioned it twice. I just thought I would ask you. So you talked to Boyd about a month ago. What was that conversation about? Did Boyd call you?
It was quick. I was down at the Bass Fishing Hall of Fame, and I turned around and bang. You know, and I'll be honest with you, he's a close talker, and I'm gonna tell you something, man. I'm not. Here's exactly verbatim. He came up and he said, "Hey, man, you know, great season." And I said, "Same to you guys." And I said, "Absolutely, everything that happened." I told him this. I said, "You got balls, dude. You got balls." And I said, I really think what you've done needed to happen, and I never thought I'd say that to you 12 months ago because everything was blurry. Everything was blurry for every one of us 12 months ago.
Yeah.
But, and I'm not going to lie, I've been sort of focused, you know, a lot more on the Elite Series this year for... Look, a lot of guys needed to leave.
Yeah.
There needed to be a purge that happened.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I'm bummed out that certain guys left.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of guys that needed to leave and try this new opportunity. And congrats to them.
Yeah.
And I mean that. And that's what I was saying to Boyd. Everything really, really worked out.
Yeah.
And you know, Mike, last year at this time, I remember really long conversations with my wife, and I said, hey, you know, I'm all in where I've been, where I'm at, and where I'm gonna be. I'm all in.
Yeah.
And to me, right now, from last year to saying that to Boyd, it all worked out. It all, as weird as it sounds to me, needed to happen.
Yeah. How many MLF competitors do you think will return to the elites? Whether it's this year, this coming year, 20, 21, 22, how many do you think you'll see return to the elites?
Oh, you're in any sport, and I don't want to give you some BS vague, but in any sport where there's an option, okay? The other side of that is you're never going to make a field of 70 or 80 or 90 or 100. Mike, you and I've talked about this. You're never going. It is very hard to talk to you with makeup on and be serious right now.
He doesn't have makeup on. I'm the green one.
But I like it. I like it.
Z's got makeup on.
Z's got makeup on.
It's smeared too. It's getting smeared.
I think you look
How
good.
did that happen?
You're never going to make in any bass fishing tournament, from Tuesday night tournaments that we've all grew up fishing to a regional tournament to a professional circuit. You're not going to make the field happy at the end of a year. 30% is in a good mood. 50% is 20% is pissed off, generally because of their performance.
Right.
You're going to see transitions in the next few years. You're going to see that, and that's here's what that is. That is the way it's gone for the last decade, and you're going to see it again.
Yeah. FLW, right? We saw,
absolutely.
Yeah, you saw Larry Nixon, Jay Ellis. Big names.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, you fished FLW events, and that is still going to go on. If I was to give you a number, I could not do that, Mike. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah. My guess is 3 this year. Sorry.
All right, so
Sounds like you got inside info.
That's
Let's
just a
move
guess.
this conversation to a more fun place. Let's talk about
that was fun.
I was going to go downhill fast.
No, it wasn't. All right, Riz, did you have any more items coming
I felt
through?
like it went as well as possible. But
Riz, what else did you have coming through, Riz? I did, but my notepad board seems to have disappeared
somewhere. Hey, I've got something for Z.
Yeah.
Z, I would like you to pull out your 2020 calendar.
2020.
don't do this to me.
Because
Don't do this to me.
You've always been a huge foundation supporter.
Yes.
Yes.
So I've got a slight announcement to make, and it's not concrete yet. So
Of an announcement?
This is a pencil, not a pen, in your calendar.
Pencil.
For all of our fans watching.
Number 2.
And for Zona.
With an eraser.
But we've decided to change things up with the Ike Foundation.
Oh.
We have maxed out our capacity on the Delaware River and that marina that we use.
Yeah.
So the team and I took a little tour, hung out with a man named Freddie.
Freddie!
And we're looking to go to the flats next
Yo.
June.
You mean Upper Chesapeake Bay?
Yes.
Ooh.
So we are hoping it all works out with the county, and June 20th. And it's not going to be as much of the pro-am, not as many pros. We're looking more to really hone in on all those guys that really want to support us, and the Delaware River made it hard to have all of them. So we're looking for a big tournament on the flats. But Zona, I just said, I'm not really looking for all these pros and such. but we would love to have you join us and
Yes.
be like the highlight of the event.
Right.
I truly appreciate that. And if the Knucklehead Z twins don't have a college event, now the other side is, I'm not going to lie, Mike, I'll pull the curtain back. You did load my deck for when I was coming there for I think it was the first or second event that you had on the Delaware River.
Yeah.
You gave me a lot of waypoints.
I did.
I got all your shit on the flat.
You do. You have good places on the flats. And in June, that's when we filmed. You might do.
I'd say it's the only person that has that waypoint is sitting right next to you
It's
on the
Pete.
right-hand side.
Yeah.
Zona, you better bring the smoke.
And I will be in that derby.
Yeah. Don't even come to the scales with less than 20. Don't even come
I
up.
am there. If the kids don't have an event, I am there 100%.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. That'd be awesome. Z, it was so good having you on here. I'm serious. I'm not just blowing smoke. This show, number 100, wouldn't be the same without you on the show.
That's a
Thank you.
fact, yes.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes,
Thank
yes.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. A million thank yous. A million thank yous. Yes, Pete?
I'd like to say, Z, you spent a little time doing some work for Bass University.
Yes.
And one of the guys that works at Bass University
Yeah. Man crush?
has developed a significant man
I
crush.
know about this man crush.
And
This is disturbing.
the outfit you're wearing and the lipstick is not helping the situation. But
Pete,
Jeff
I want to give you. Can I, real quick, a very fast story. Look, I've worked with the guys at Bass University, and something back to you, Mike. You go back, and I hate to reminisce on stuff like I have 3 or 4 times. I'm very repetitive. You look at 20 years ago to now, what you've done, Pete, Becky, Brian, the entire staff, not 1 or 2 guys at Bass University. Dude, that grows the sport. That's what actually grows the sport. And I have a huge amount of respect for that. And I had no idea, Mike, this is true story, is my producer for the Zona show told me, wow, I saw that you're gonna be on the 100th show for Ike Live. I said, yeah. And he goes, did you know that our 100th Zona show is when Mike fell in the water?
Wow.
I said, are you kidding me? No, I made that shit up. I made all that crap up. It means nothing.
I felt a spiritual connection. For
You really
Not
should
at
have
all.
one
kept
fraction of a
that
I was
second.
trying to sell it, man. I was selling out right there.
That was awesome.
Yes.
Well, Z, wish you continued success. I hope when I tune in the live, when is that show? In 2 weeks? When is
Next
what's
week.
the date?
Next week.
Next week. When
Yes.
I tune into that show, I'm looking for 8 to 10 footers getting out there.
Yes.
I want to see Wes hanging on for dear life, but I also want to see you smash their ass when you get there.
I will say it again, Mike. You are such a treat.
There you have it. Mark Zona, everybody.
thank you, Z.
Thanks,
See you guys.
Steve.
Love you guys. Love you
Tell
guys.
Karen
Thank you.
we hope she feels better.
I will. I had her put makeup on me tonight. How awkward is that?
Stelly
See you
puts
guys.
it on
Thank you.
Mike.
She does. She does.
Thanks, Z.
Thanks, Z. Have a good one.
See you guys.
It'll be a wild night at the Zona household.
Man.
There you have it. Might be. It might be. In our household, too.
I'm really excited about that $500 that he's sending to the Ike Foundation.
right.
Thanks, Corey. That was
Thank you,
pretty
Corey.
awesome.
Yeah, we needed that. Like Foundation's hanging on by a string.
We're just making plays tonight. Sweatshirts on Tackle Warehouse, Foundation $500.
This is how you close deals. You put people on the spot. You make them feel uncomfortable, and they have to buy.
I'm
you
breaking 'em
fuckers
up.
buy. You hear me? You fuckers buy.
Oh, it only.
How do you think Brian's
we're
selling
after,
them credit
we're
card
after 11.
machines?
BC.
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 BC. That's how you sell the credit card machines. You fucking buy this
Buy
machine.
this shit, huh?
Well, that went downhill.
All right.
That is not how sales are operated. By
It's
the way.
not.
Riz still wants to sell some houses, and he's scared that people
Yeah.
might be watching that are trying to buy from him.
Well, let me tell you, this has been an interesting show. It's been a memorable one, Brian, for a lot of reasons.
Indeed.
And thank you for the technical difficulty there. It made it feel even better.
Well, hey, you know,
Felt normal.
Felt normal.
Felt normal.
Thank you, YouTube.
Yeah.
We appreciate that. We want to thank everybody for watching once again, Pete. Seriously. It's
awesome.
The people watching,
Yeah.
Wawa Hoagie Lady, they're what makes this show possible. So
indeed.
yeah, thank you guys and girls. Thank you for watching.
I see them all.
Girls.
Guys and girls.
I see them all.
Wawa Hoagie Lady's a girl, isn't she?
See them all over the country. It's amazing when you go out to the tournaments.
Do you see Wawa Hoagie Ladies all over the country?
Well, similar people.
Okay.
Or him and her. But it's awesome, you know, when you go out to and you know you fished, you worked your whole life in this industry, and they're like, "We love Pete's knot," you know.
What does that
I
mean?
can't laugh.
What does it not mean?
Hey,
It lets you know.
Wait, Pete, people actually say this?
They love his knot. Everyone talks about Pete's knot everywhere we go.
Oh my God, please tell me people don't say
Pete,
this
can
to
you
you.
explain this to the couch or to the fireplace?
I don't.
We know it.
I don't.
You
they
know Pete's knot.
They know.
yeah.
I've seen it up close.
Corey, have you?
We are filming how to tie it.
I've
know where you're going
exposed
with
them.
that.
Now, have you tied Pete's knot?
Oh
Few
my!
times.
Have you touched the knot? Is it as smooth as he say it is? As
It
he
is.
talks about?
You have to moisten it before you.
If you put real snot on it, it loosens it up a little bit, and it can really, you know,
Oh my God!
Wow.
Stop.
Wow.
end the show.
Hey, you know we also.
Is this after hours?
Oh,
After
it might
hours is
be.
going up next.
it's not.
This might be.
I forgot. Pete changed his name
He
a
did?
few shows ago, didn't he?
He did?
Captain.
Captain
Pete
Captain
Pete.
Pete.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Was that last show?
No, yeah, I think it was a show ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Two shows ago. 2 shows ago. Brian
So are we
Carpenter,
going to have a Thanksgiving show where Pete puts the turkey costume back on?
We got to put him back in the turkey costume.
I feel like
We
no,
need
weren't
to.
you?
Me in the
No,
turkey
you were a turkey. He was a pilgrim.
I was the pilgrim.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian, you were the Indian, which
Yeah.
apparently then someone was offended by,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But you have this Native American in you because, 23andMe said so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got a little slideshow to roll out too.
Okay. It's the whole Dave thing not happening.
Yeah, where's Dave?
I know.
Stormtrooper.
Do you want me to try call him?
I miss
Call
him.
Stormtrooper.
Try calling
Call
him real
Stormtrooper.
quick, and if we can get him, we'll talk to him,
No,
and then
Bubba
we'll
Fett's
end it.
coming
If not, we'll end it here. But
Don't we?
while we're trying to cook up Dave, Corey
where's
and Daniel, I want to call you to the plate on something. Anything you guys want to talk about? We got a captive audience of probably 68 people live right now, maybe 69.
We're still in the 200.
Oh yeah! Wow, this is a good show tonight.
We're rolling, doo-doo.
Anything you guys want to mention or talk about? Any?
I'd throw back to I want to see more of the happy hour or after hour show.
After hours?
After hours.
Yeah.
Bring it back tonight.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah,
Right,
Grace,
tackle,
yeah.
Maybe.
I did want to see. I want to see more of Zona on his. Did you guys see the show where he did him and Crete did the wrestling stuff?
No.
Oh, you got to watch. I want more of that from Zona Live.
Yeah.
Crete and
Yeah.
Zona wrestling.
The
Wow.
message board agrees with you, by the way. Bring back After Hours Live. Becky, you told me.
So tune in
Give
tonight.
the people what they want.
Get the people what they want.
So-
They want after hours.
I'm sorry, but the Wawa Hoagie lady doesn't count.
Well, now I do want to. I do want to mention a story too. Is it true, Corey, that you tweeted or you posted a picture of you with some Wawa food or something,
Oh yeah.
and
Where's my sponsorship?
they sent you a message and said, "Can we want to use this photo, but you have to agree to all these terms or whatever."
All these terms I can't get free. I can't ask for free Wawa hoagies for life or anything.
Wow.
That was in the terms?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you can't ask for anything.
Yeah. Get nothing. We can use your picture, but you can't get anything in return.
And you had to
Wow.
buy the sandwich.
Yeah, he didn't get the sandwich for free. It's terrible business right there. I think
That
they should have
is.
provided a coupon or something.
I don't like that.
All right.
We do love Wawa though.
Okay, so here we are, Pete. We're tailing down. Here we are, tickety doo. We're tailing down to the end of a very special show, number 100, number 100 show. Zona was special. Jeffries was special. You had to have those guys on show 100.
Gotta have it.
Having the Tackle Warehouse guys, Corey and Daniel here, very special. But as an exclamation point to this very historic and meaningful show, we have to have on our very own Stormtrooper.
Oh.
So I think since this is a galactic show, we've tracked him down somewhere in the universe. So let's see, Brian the Carpenter, do we have him?
Go ahead.
Okay, the one and only Stormtrooper joins us on show 100. Stormtrooper, how are you tonight?
Very well, thank you.
All right, so we have a lot of the Guardians of the Galaxy here tonight with us. Where are you? What part of the universe or galaxy are you tonight?
Southbound 95.
Heavy traffic or very light?
Wide open.
Okay, so Stormtrooper, you've been through a lot over the years, from George Lucas to Luke losing his hand to the passing of Leia. You've been through a lot.
Well, passing of Leia?
Yeah,
She died?
of course you did.
Yeah, in that
Couple-
last,
yeah,
in that
last
last
year.
one.
Oh, I don't
Yeah.
want to. Carry on.
Okay. Talk a little bit about, give me some of your favorite moments in the history of Ike Live, Stormtrooper.
That's Stormtrooper. I mean, come on, dude. A heads up would have been nice. Like you were going to make me do that. I didn't even know. Not only do you schedule the show on the night I work, but you make me fucking talk in character.
Well, then I'll go ahead and answer for you. I think one of the best Stormtrooper moments ever was when Stormtrooper interviewed Jacob Wheeler on the show.
No.
It was almost an interrogation of Jacob Wheeler. And the way that the name Jacob rolled off of Stormtrooper's lips, like, Jacob!
Jakob.
Jacob! That lives forever. That lives forever.
That name's meant to be said with a strong whatever accent, dude. You know what I mean? Like, it just sounds so much better.
Dude, so honestly, Dave, we've been talking all night. It's been amazing. It's hard to believe it's 100. Would have loved to have you here, but so glad you're on the phone. Dude, can you believe it's been 6 years already? Isn't that hard to believe?
No, it doesn't feel that long at all, dude. No. I mean, it's also so hard to believe we only did 100 shows in 6 goddamn years. I mean, it started 4 months ago. We're on show 80.
I blame that one on Brian the Carpenter.
Yeah, right. By the way, Ed Bassmaster just started a podcast 3 days ago. He's already on show 2.
Wow.
And had Steve-O on.
He's way better than we are.
Yeah, but Zona's a pretty big deal, man. Come on.
This is true.
That's true. That's true. Now, Dave, talk to me a little bit about you were made a guest appearance on Straycast, and Brian's ghost was there as well. How did that all come about?
I was minding my business. Like I said, I was working out. Pat called me. Wanted to trample the 9 seconds he gave Brian on the show. He had him sitting there. I didn't talk to him the whole night. And then when he did, he brings me on to rip him. You know what I mean?
It's great strategy.
Fantastic.
Great strategy. Now, Dave, you've been an important part of this chemistry that's here on the show. In fact, we talked about it.
Yeah.
I'm sure
We're
you
missing
Yeah,
you, Dave.
I'm sure you weren't listening, but we honestly do miss you. The chemistry without you is not as good. You know, there's that dynamic of having you here.
Forget about that job, Dave. Come on.
Yeah, forget about that job.
Yeah.
We pay in beer. And Founders. Is there one character, Dave, that you enjoyed over the years doing the most? We've had some good ones. We've had Hudley Crockett. We've had Stormtrooper. We've had Brian's Ghost. Is there one that you enjoyed the most?
So what I enjoyed the most was actually not getting in trouble for doing Stormtrooper. I've been doing Stormtrooper since 5th grade, you know? Like every bad guy we ever watched in cartoons and movies was a Russian or a German, you know? And like I've been doing that accent, getting thrown out and lectured about the insensitive. Before it was called being insensitive, you were just being an asshole, you know what I mean? But yeah, it wasn't culturally insensitive, you know? But yeah, no, I don't know. Yeah, that's fun. Brian's joke is fun, even though like only 3 of us like it, me, you, and Brian. Brian, actually me and you, Mike. You know?
That is true for Brian's Ghost. I think we're the only 2 that like that character.
No one else likes it, man.
Nah, it's a great.
No, you know, I mean, it's been fun. You know, yeah, this show has brought me around a lot of people that I otherwise would never have met or had an opportunity to speak with. You know, some of the ones that stand. You know, for me, it's always the guys that wear uniforms that I like to talk to the most. When we had the Puerto Rican party in the place, and we had those guys in there.
Yeah.
Go and his buddy, and then of course the soldiers and the late Mark McCowan, and it put me around some athletes I otherwise wouldn't have been around. It's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, now how's the new job working out? I know right now you're probably legally calling here.
No, not at all, dude. I'm hands free. I got a headset.
Oh, okay.
I tried to talk to you on the speaker in the cab, but I had it all set up in here. You know, I was going to do some CB work and let you hear my CB voice, but it just isn't going to work out. It's too noisy in here. Oh, dude, then it's alive tonight too, man. Like I only wish I had a Southern accent for like 2 things. One, like when I'm really drunk and telling stories, because it sounds better that way, I would think. And talking on the CB, you know what I mean? Like, dude, they end stuff like, come on. I don't know, I just can't do it right, dude. It sounds so much better, dude. Like,
Wait, do you have a handle?
no, not at all. I just listen to the dudes, and it's usually that's stuff we can't even talk about. It's really just it's like a platform, the guys to get on there and say things they would never say to people.
I know, but
I don't know.
I think
I
think your handle should be Stormtrooper.
Could be Stormtrooper. Or Fathead.
That's like, I think that's like the 70s, man. I don't know. I'll tell you what, though, when I first started driving, right when I left police work, I got in the truck, and so there was a guy, a legendary guy, and his name was Midnight Cowboy. And he would get on the CB at midnight, and he had a powerful radio. Like this one dude I worked with, Jimmy O'Brien, surmised that he had a Marine radio, which is illegal. You know how that happens? They're like super powerful. But he would get on there at midnight. He'd go like midnight, but he would say midnight for like 60 seconds and go cowboy, and that was it, dude.
Can we track him down somehow?
He's still alive, and you're watching, dude. Thanks.
If he's watching, I would love to get him on the show. To have Midnight Cowboy on the show.
Yeah, man.
Wow. Beck, didn't you used to have a CB?
Yeah, I totally had a CB before cell phones.
Yeah.
My handle was Pretty Princess.
Wow.
I did not give myself the name.
Wow.
I think my brother was Vic Yasmin. I'm trying to remember what everyone else's names were, but like this was pre-cell phones. This is in the early 90s.
Yeah.
That's how we talk to each other.
I can hear it now. It's like for 60 seconds. Pretty princess.
Yeah.
Did you do that?
No.
Like, so what? Like what, Becky? Like what did you do? Like hide that like in a secret wing of the house? Like
No, we had them in our cars.
You mean your butler?
That's how
Your butler didn't arrange the CB
Picture
for
your
you?
dad, really? 'Cause I just picture your dad not even letting you around that. Like it was almost like when I was a kid growing up, I used to have to sneak to watch Different Strokes. You know, I can just imagine your dad not letting you talk to us low heathens.
No, I didn't have cable. I wasn't allowed to have cable as a child. But in our cars, like that's how we talk to each other. Like everyone would buy a CB radio, and on your way to school, like you'd talk on the CB radio. Like it was pre-cell phones.
Wow.
That's the only way we communicated when we were out and about.
Okay, Dave. So here's the good news. We are going to make a really big effort to have most of the Ike Live shows in the next 2 or 3 months
on the weekends
occur on a Sunday.
Excellent.
There you have it.
Well, you know, you should, because I'm going to tell you what, you keep bringing all these foreign agents in, you're going to get hauled before Congress.
Oh man, you would have loved that show, Dave.
Actually, Dave and Max would have been the best combo.
Oh, dude.
That would have been the best.
You and Max would have been. You would have hit it off.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yes, I'm in.
Yes, I'm in.
Dude, so here you go. So me and Dave were doing airsoft, and I'm talking to on Sundays at this airsoft field we come to. This group of Russian dudes come out there, and they speak Russian. All their airsoft guns are like AKs and Dragunovs, like all Russian stuff, right? So the one dude had now I only know the Bulgarian flag because my son's wrestling, he has a throw dummy, and it's made in Bulgaria, so the Bulgarian flag's on the front of it. So this kid had a Bulgarian flag on, and I'm like, small talk. It was one of the ones where it was like, after I said, I'm like, you're such an asshole. Why'd you say? So I'm like, Bulgaria, that must be a nice place to live, huh? And he's like, terrible. Work like dog just to eat. And that was all he said to me.
Wow.
When worlds collide, you know what I mean?
God. Oh my God.
Yeah, you guys are on your 4th hour?
I think so.
Yeah, we're done.
We're
Can we go
done.
put some jerky in a tackle box?
Oh yeah, let's eat some jerky.
Jerky in boxes.
Yeah, we do. Where's the jerky? All right, we're gonna go out with eating some jerky tonight.
We're gonna
I think.
eat meat sticks into the microphone.
Are we
Yeah,
just,
and
are we
chew
just,
as
are we
loud
just
as we can.
throwing the mystery tackle box out to everybody?
We're throwing it to everybody.
I think we opened this one.
That's
No,
it.
I wanted to have a contest with Mystery Tackle Box, and I wanted the question to be which, in order, what do the people believe, which Ike Live crew member, cast members was most loyal to the Tackle Warehouse with buying shit from them?
That's a
Because I
good
know
one.
I'm number 2. I know I'm at least number 2, and it would have totally dismissed the fake news Brian puts out there about me not fishing or anything.
Well,
Hold on a second. Dave, we have these statistics.
we do have the. Hold on. Okay, hold on.
First order, 11/17/03.
Oh!
Wow.
The first year of tackle. We were only around. He was probably one of the very first customers.
Wow!
Any guess on number of transactions?
No.
Since 03?
Since 03.
Number of transactions, I would say 174.
41.
Dave!
He pilfers all his tackle from your garage. Over
He
there.
must.
Dave, Rich outspent you in 3 years.
Oh my God.
Rich beat me?
Yeah, by 10.
God damn, Rich.
Dave, do you realize you're one of the
He doesn't have kids, Dave.
Dave, you're one of the oldest Tackle Warehouse members. You're one of the OGs.
How did you find
And Riz
Tackle Warehouse
outspent you in 3.
Yeah, how'd you come across us, Dave?
Google, man. Typed in tackle.
Wow, imagine that.
I told Mike that though. I told Mike before when you guys picked him up. I said, man, I've been with them dudes, forever. And same thing with Rapala. I was throwing DT crankbaits when Mike thought it was Jake the Snake's finishing move.
What about that buzzing frog, Dave? Rebel buzzing frog.
Was I not ahead of my time with that too? Come on, man. Just the hooks were goofy on it. But I was ahead of my time with that too, and you guys shit all over me.
Dave, what'd you buy in your first order?
Not what?
What did you buy in your first order?
I bought a ton of shit, right? Didn't I
A
buy,
lot of shit, actually, yeah.
Yeah, so what happened was when I left the police department, I had 6 months worth of time stored up, dude. I got a check for $45,000.
Well, you spent $705 of it at that order. So
700.
705 first order.
Wow, that's a big order.
Dave,
Tell us what he got.
name one item on that order.
Probably that was when I first when you actually showed me a Lucky Craft, and I ordered a shit ton of Lucky Craft, dude.
Yeah.
Wow. Like pointers? You mean pointers?
Pointers, CBDs, LB500s, flash minnows, a bunch of Zoom speedworms.
Wow. Dude, is this legal what you're doing over there, Corey?
Dave gave permission, so yes.
Yeah,
Now, if I pull up
violating
KVDs, no.
regulations.
Wow, that's crazy. All right. And by the way, we know that you've been fishing, Dave, because we saw another photo being circulated around social media.
What?
With what appears to be a 6-pound fish.
Come on.
Is that true?
Dude had a giant, man, pulling the kayak kind of side. Like, he got his back where his back was right at the surface and pulled the kayak maybe about 4 or 5 feet to the right on me, dude. It was pretty rad. Big one. Big, healthy, fat fish.
Wow.
Had another one about 5 pounds. About, I don't know, hour later, shake me off. He was deep in the trees with 10-pound braid. And I got him up and had him suspended, but he broke me off, actually. But it was another fat one.
Wow. Our leg's banging.
Yeah, but, not always, man. Like, you can go there and not do it at all. It's just time of the year. The wind was blowing down the one end real hard,
Yeah.
But I don't want to let too many people know. I already saw people out there. Some guy named some other dude that knew Eric was out there, and you can imagine he already smoked the place. Probably an armada of Eric's friends in their kayaks. Just
Was he wearing really clean work boots?
Blew it up.
nah. What's with the clean workers that were going to work? That's what it took a minute, dude. Yeah, best place to hide Eric's boat keys in his work boots, right?
Can we get some meat on the couch over here?
Yeah, I'm getting.
All right.
Yeah, we got to go. I'm getting cut.
All right, Dave. Thanks for chiming in tonight.
Yeah, thanks for bringing me on with 2 minutes left. See you guys.
There you
Good
have
talk
it.
to you, buddy.
Dave Brodzik, a.k.a. Stormtrooper, a.k.a. Fathead.
All right. And with 2 minutes remaining in the
Yeah.
show, we've opened
All right.
the Primal Urge
We got
meat
the
stick
Primal
box.
meat sticks.
We got wild boar, we got beef, we got chicken.
Pass these around.
We've
Yeah, let me
opened
get-
the mystery tackle box. There's all sorts of like shiny things. We've got a Z-Man.
Is that Luke on there?
Yeah, it's Clausen's Sling Blade Z.
Let me get that.
I signed up for Primal Urge after watching the show.
Did you?
Yeah. I almost did Dr. Squatch too, but I haven't quite done it yet.
You actually,
Mike,
okay.
I got a question for you.
As a woman,
It's
they
good
have
soap.
some soaps that don't make you smell too manly.
Mike.
They're actually really good. They don't.
Yeah. What,
I like them.
what was your thought process in giving Corey 5 meat sticks and me and Rich none?
You don't get
I
none.
thought they were going to pass them down.
I'm giving you guys the sweet spot
get nothing.
tackle and the what you got over there, Pete?
I got this one.
What is that thing?
I know what that is.
All right, you guys are all eating into the microphone.
You can read
Knock
it from
off.
there.
No.
It's got the tailspin.
Yeah, it's a stretchy bait.
Yeah.
Alligator.
That
Bob.
tailspin is a killer, man. I use it in so many applications. There it is.
I've got
What is it?
the product I have is a Yum Money Minnow. This is a 4-inch hollow belly style bait.
What color is that?
It's a really unique color. They call it bluegill, which looks like green and gold with a little bit of orange in the throat. So, what's a cool bait, Miss Rebecca? What do you got down there?
Oh, I already said I had the Z-Man, the Sling Blade, Luke Clausen's.
The Luke Lawson spinner bait.
It
Looks
puts
good.
the mustard on the fries.
I'm also eating the wild boar meat.
Dart spin.
Yeah, I went with the and my Primal Urge pick tonight was the Smoke Shack Jammin' Jerk, and it's actually got a kick to it.
We're all totally chewing into the microphones, aren't we?
I'm ready to get a cold beer. It's got a kick to it.
This is the best part on iTunes podcast, by the way, when we just all start chewing right into
yeah.
the microphones.
I
So guys, if you haven't subscribed yet to Primal Urge, you need to, because it's a box that will literally keep you going on those days where you forget to hit the Wawa or whatever before you're going out fishing. That Primal Urge box sitting in one of your compartments, dude, you bust that thing open, whack, mix a couple meat sticks with a bottle of water, you're good to fish for another 4 or 5 hours.
I'd agree with that.
And Corey was just talking about Squatch.
Swatch? The watch?
I'm working through my deep
This
sea
is at
goat's
least
milk
2 hours
right now.
past my bedtime. Don't tease me.
Okay.
Squatch.
Squatch. It's
Squatch.
good.
Everybody
soap.
should get themselves some Squatch.
Get some Squatch.
I think Groot uses it.
Groot does. Groot?
I am Groot.
I know
He
it.
does.
Don't they have one that smells like wood? So
Yeah. With the woodsman scent.
I like
know they do have pine tar.
I
That would be
like-
good on Groot.
I like the IPA
Yeah.
one.
Oh, the IPA is good.
Yeah.
Crispy IPA?
Yeah.
Crisp IPA, yeah. That's a good one. All right, Brian and Carpenter, we're going to end the show.
We are.
All right, I want to thank everybody once again for watching. You are the reason Ike Live's still here 100 shows in.
Indeed.
We're going to keep them coming. Let me remind you, Riz said it earlier, subscribe over there on iTunes.
We're also available on Stitcher. You can see all the old shows and listen to the old shows on IkeLive.com.
Yep.
If you're at iTunes, leave a comment, right? Leave a positive comment.
Yeah, leave a review
Yeah.
on the iTunes comments
If you like it.
guys. Yeah, it whether you like it or you just want to send us some feedback, it really helps us on the production side of the show. And everybody who's been on the message board with us tonight, on both sides, on the website and on Facebook, we relied on you guys a little bit tonight to help us get us through the technical stuff. So thank you. You're the best.
Thank you, guys.
Yes,
Thank you,
and,
guys.
and we got a new YouTube site, Ike Live on YouTube. So
Ike Live on YouTube. Check it out. We're gonna
Find
have
it through our Facebook page.
Yep, we're gonna have a lot of cool content up
It's
there.
still unfindable.
It's unfindable. We're gonna get above 29 subscribers and make it findable.
I would pick up a couple tonight. So.
Yeah, I want to thank our in-studio guest, Daniel Corey,
Yeah.
Tackle Warehouse. Yeah,
Tackle Warehouse.
Thank you guys.
guys, I had a lot of fun the last 3 days. Thank you.
The great thing about doing these, I know it's work, but it does not feel like work when we're filming. I have a blast through the good and bad.
Definitely.
I really appreciate that. Seriously, I work with a lot of companies where you go and it feels like work. It never feels like work when I'm working with you guys. So thank you. That means a lot to me.
Absolutely.
Had a fun time.
Yeah, it was awesome. Also want to thank Pete, our Skype guest. Of course, we had Mark Zona on. Great to have Z on the show. And we had Mark Jeffries on from Bass Talk Live. BLT, according to other people. And then also want to thank, Al and Paul.
AI and Paul Benson.
AI and Paul for coming on to talk about the National Professional Fishing League. That was a very interesting, good insight onto a new organization. So, great show 100. Brian, when's the next show?
You tell me.
Okay, there you have it.
The next show
Thanksgiving.
is a Bash U Live. We have a Bash U Live
Oh,
coming
yes,
up, don't
correct.
we, Pete?
On Monday night, 7 o'clock.
This
Bash
Monday?
Live. This Monday.
Wow.
You know what's interesting? It's going to be a great show because we're talking about co-anglers.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Wow.
Co-angler perspective. It's all about that.
Interesting.
We got Justin Kimmel in house,
Who just won on-
qualified.
Yeah.
Just won
Yeah.
a boat and qualified for the All American.
Yeah.
And we've got.
We're going to reach out to Gary Haraguchi, who's been a co-angler stud for a long, long time.
And a lot
Very cool.
a lot of people fish from the back of the boat. They want strategies, concepts,
Yeah.
how you do it successfully. It's going to be Monday night, 7 p.m.
Indeed.
Eastern time.
I hope you're not
Bash Live.
offended, but I won't watch. I was a co-angler once.
I'm watching.
If you'd have watched this show, you might do it again.
You might. It might call you.
You were a
back.
co-angler more than once because you were a co-angler on my boat.
Yeah,
Last
that
week.
was like
That's true.
fun.
Oh, and you
Being-
busted some crappie.
Being
Yeah.
a co-angler on some random dude's boat was not enjoyable.
Oh.
And then getting spun around in a tornado, lightning crashing. I'm out.
I'm out.
God told me, you out.
You're out. Never do it again.
We got a little video. Take us out. We're going to play the video, a little highlights clip of post-show pictures.
There
Do
you
I
go.
show up in this? Do I exist?
I appreciate everybody. Show 100. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Good night. Good night.
Out.
I don't.
Can I be Pete's co-angler?